I don't know what is it right about black and white
I
photos.
don't know.
Sometimes like it just is it nostalgic? Is it
I'm not sure. I think black and white really like brings out the action. So when I have like a really big action shot, I like it in black and white.
and what's crazy is that photography you're just literally catching light.
Yeah, it's all just catching light, really. Like
Right? Like all you're doing is like catching photons into a thing.
Time to synthesis, there's
Cheers.
more to what we see. Let's sit down, talk about it, let's just call it P.O.T, P.O.T, yeah. Let's call it P.O.T, P.O.T, yeah. Let's call it P.O.T. Yo, what's up, P.O.T heads? I got another great episode for you guys today. I got a talented photographer, and she's been doing a lot of cool things, but I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Sarah Moran. I'm a music photographer. Been doing it not too long. I started earlier this year, did a little bit last year, but I do it on a regular basis now. It's my little freelance side gig, hopefully a main gig one day. Yeah,
and
thank you for having me.
So what led you into photography?
Truthfully, it's always been something I've wanted to do. I always have a little like film camera on me, like a point and shoot, or like any like disposable camera, kind of same thing. And it's been like kind of like a hobby of like imposter syndrome. I never took any classes for it necessarily. I did film in college, but photography was something that was always like a step away.
Right.
And then I was just like, one day I was like, why not now? You know, I was out of college. I wanted to try a new hobby or career, and I
What
just
was
hopped right into
the
it.
first pictures you started taking?
First pictures was actually Steeplechase Band. I've done
nice.
a few of their works or their gigs now, and it was last October, I believe. It was about a year ago. I actually just borrowed one of the band members' cameras, and it was with a fisheye lens, and they ended up just like teaching me, like giving me like a quick spiel on how my setting should be and how I should be acting, you know, in an audience. And it was like a really packed show. I remember at this like cafe in Uptown called Emerald City. They've played there a couple times, but yeah, it was interesting, and I definitely loved it, but I didn't really have the means at the time to like do it myself until this year. I splurged on a camera.
Did you teach yourself about lenses too?
Kind of. I took a camera seminar class in college, but that was film based. So it was lots of, it was cameras I wouldn't be using for concert photography, but I didn't take in a bunch of information from that class. It was pretty tough and quick. So I ended up teaching myself a lot about lenses, like once I got into photography. And if I like really want to get into something, I'll like do like a ton of research on it, and I'll just like take in all this information at once.
I mean, that's pretty much what it takes, right? Because if something is really interesting to you, you're gonna go deep into it. And you're really gonna like focus on, you know, what it is or how much it takes to do what it, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you know, I've seen some of your work, and I'm like, you know, wow, like you're already pretty much doing your thing. Who's like photographers that you looked up to, or was it just a thing that you just like, I'm just gonna take pictures?
I think like personally, definitely it was Frankie Buente, one of the band members of Steeplechase. They did photography like as a freelance gig too, alongside doing like film stuff. And I took that like with a lot of inspiration, and I was like, I can do that too. Like that's cool. And my childhood best friend too, from high school, actually, she is in journalism back home and does concert photography herself. And so I just had like a lot of personal friends that do it, and that was pretty inspiring. And they just go for it. Like they don't wait.
It's also crazy because I've said this before, but photography, like for someone to be able to pick that moment in time to just snap that and if for some reason it becomes the way you see things becomes a thing.
Yeah.
And that's crazy to me.
Yeah. And I like saw that really palpably. There was a time in like May, I think it was end of May, I shot a Peach Pit concert at the Huntington Bank Pavilion. It was Briston Maroney and Peach Pit double headline. And I knew someone in the band for Briston Maroney that was touring with him. And so I was able to get a photo pass to that just through him. And nice. I just did it on my own. I wasn't with a publication or anything. I was doing it for free. And yeah, I just went for it. But like there were a ton of photographers in the photo pit. And the second like the artist would like just get close to the front, everyone just flooded to like the same spot. It was like fish being fed. It was like we were all like, wait, let's all jump in at once. And it was tough getting a shot there, but it was kind of cool just seeing how I would find on Instagram how everyone's photos turned out. And it was like they all somehow got the same moment in a different way. Like they all turned out differently, and I thought that was sick.
And that's the crazy thing about photography. Like again, it's just being able to pick that moment in time and to have that eye. I mean, because anyone could just take pictures, right? And but it's something about someone that does that for a living. You're able to capture it even better. And, other than photography, you say you also do music, or I mean,
I don't do music. It's something I want to do at some point. That's like my second little dream, imposter syndrome dream that I haven't quite achieved yet. But I've been interested in taking drumming lessons lately.
Oh, nice.
That's been on my mind. I've always just liked the drums, and every song I listen to, the drums is like my favorite aspect of it.
Oh, nice.
Like it'd be pretty fun. It's just kind of hard to get to like a studio to do that.
It must be cool too, because you get to meet a lot of cool bands.
Yeah,
right?
It's been really, and so that's good for connections. Like I think that I'm very grateful to like have been able to do it. And that's what's a great thing about music photography is like, I am just meeting so many people like all at once and like making so many great connections. I feel like I just built a little community in just such a short time. Like I've only started really this seriously in like April, and I only put myself out there in like May to do this. And yeah, it hasn't been too long. It's just people have carried me along the way. Like it's been fantastic.
That's dope. I mean, are you planning on taking this like around the world, or?
I would hope so. That's a dream. I really want to go on tour with a band one day.
Oh, wow.
That's something I would love to do. I still have some growing to do, I think, in my skills and my equipment too. It's a costly hobby, but
I mean, I know that's what I was asking about the lenses as well, because lenses for some reason matter a lot.
They do.
I'm not an expert myself, but I'm just saying like me trying to do not photography, but videography and things like that. You know, that's one of the things you have to focus on is the lens.
Yeah. That has been hard, like financially, because a lot of the faster lenses are the most expensive, and those are the ones you need for concert photography if you want like clear motion. Can you explain that
a little bit? Like,
yeah, it's basically like the lens is fast enough, like the f-stop. It's fast enough to be able to pick up motion without any blur. And some lenses, like I have a lens that's like can go to a 4, and it's a little iffy. I can use it with flash, and that's been kind of hard because I have one lens that looks really good with flash but isn't very fast, and then I have another lens that's really fast that I don't need a flash for.
You just taught me something new. The f-stop, I never knew what it was about. I would always see the numbers F, whatever, this and that, and I never knew if I had to set that.
And it's like that's also a hard part is like working all the settings together, like with whatever lens you have. Like, and also I was talking about this with someone that does lighting just like 2 days ago, is that lighting really can make or break like a set. Normally, like, you know, you just work around it and you can fix it in post. So you just edit it to your best ability. But sometimes like the lighting will change a lot, and your settings need to be like on one end, when it's dark and then the lighting changes really fast and then suddenly you're like, wait, I can't take any pictures right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's settings and lenses are like the biggest, I think, difficulty when it comes to the.
Have you done like a deep dive into that, or?
I've done a good bit. I'll actually sometimes at shows, if I'm like really struggling and I know the set will be a little longer, like I'll take a moment between songs and I'll like Google something really quick because I'm like, okay, something's not working right. I want to try to take the best photos I can for the rest of the set. What do my settings need to be for this environment? And then I'll input that, and then usually it helps me. But I've had to do that like a few times.
That's the thing that I'm just a person trying to shoot stuff, so I don't really want to get into like doing the settings and things, and that's the difference too as well, like the mind that a photographer has to have. Yeah,
it's a lot of like, I like to try different things every show too. Like I don't normally like to just stick to one like just flash or just this one lens. Like I kind of like to switch it up to get like variation. My last show I did stick to one thing and it worked out pretty well. But yeah, and it's a lot of like switching my settings like from one end to another, like in a moment's notice, or like flopping lenses really fast. I'm getting good at like switching my lenses on the fly, which is tough.
Is it hard to do dark rooms?
Like dark rooms, like lighting wise. Yeah, I would say so. I had a show I did, it was about a month and a half ago, and the stage was lit up really well. Like the stage looked great. But then the crowd didn't really have any lighting on them.
Oh, okay.
And I was trying to do crowd photos. Like that was like a big goal of mine because it was like a punk show. And that's like that's the best part about it. And I was trying to shoot the crowd, but I was having a hard time with my flash because my flash needs to like focus, but it couldn't focus because it was too dark. And I wasn't quite too familiar. Basically, I in that case, I should have just shot up my ISO, I think, and like just hope for the best, and hope it didn't come out too grainy, which like that's a thing too. You don't want your ISO to be too high because then that introduces grain. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do, and I didn't know that, and I struggled a lot. I got like a couple crowd pictures, but not too much. And that was a show I was Googling through. I was like, oh, I don't know.
Is it hard to edit like grainy stuff?
No, well, I kind of like grain. I like to have like a vintage look to some of my photos. Mm-hmm. So I actually add grain to a lot of mine. My last show I did, I added some grain because I kind of wanted it to be a little more vintage-y, especially my black and white photos. I really like to work with black and white, and so I usually add it to that.
But I don't know what is it right about black and white photos.
I don't
Sometimes
know.
Like it just.
I don't know.
Is it nostalgic? Is it?
I'm not sure. I think I think black and white really like brings out the action. So when I have like a really big action shot, I like it in black and white because it like just makes it more like bold.
That makes a lot of sense because you're not focused on the colors.
Yeah.
You're almost focused on whatever the subject is.
Exactly. Exactly.
If there's some type of movement, you're more focused on the movement rather than, the coloring. So I guess,
for sure. That's what I don't think it like, I think some people like say that black and white's overrated or like, it's a little too easy. I love black and white. I will always use it. I always half and half my photos. Like editing's my favorite part, honestly, or some of my favorite parts about photography. I love to just sit and grind. And I'll do like half black and white and half color. And I try to get the color to all match really well, like cohesively. It can be tough, but that's
because some people go the easy way and they just add a filter or something.
Yeah, I create filters and then I like test them on each one, and then I'll like tweak them like based on how each one like came out, because some of the colors come out differently.
Yeah, because it's not gonna fit each.
Yeah,
because I've done that. Yeah, sometimes I'm gonna admit it. I'm a little lazy on the editing, but especially with coloring and things. So I just have specific numbers that I always use. And if it looks all right, then I'm just like, yeah, I'm not going to go too deep into it.
Yeah.
You could spend, how long would you say you spend editing?
I think I spend, depending on the show, some shows I just have a ton of shots that I really like. And I would say like 4 to 6 hours. Like I could spend 5 hours in a cafe and just like sit there and drink one
that's
coffee.
That's really grinding right there.
I'll and it feels like nothing to me. It's like a breeze, but I just love it. But I'll end up like going home and tweaking them later. Like I always put the photos away and then I look back at them later because it's kind of like fresh eyes.
What time of the day would you say you do your best work?
I work, I think, really well in the morning. Like when I wake up, I can get right to work. Like I'm good.
But when I heard you say coffee or something, because I've done that. Like wake up, get a nice little cup, and just let it come to you. Well, for me, it's writing, but I don't know, because I sort of picture the same thing when you were saying that you were at a cafe and drinking and taking your time. And that's like literally for me as well, like the morning time. That's the best time to it
just feels right. I don't know, something about it. Though I do know that like people tend to be more creative at night. Like your nighttime brain is the most creative, but that's when I tend to look back at them and I'll like that night I'll like give it a once over and then I'll tweak whatever I need to that I think doesn't quite fit.
Right. Because what I'm saying is like when working on something, you could focus more in the morning. Yeah. And when you want to create, in the nighttime.
True. Yeah.
Is most because you've done work with Grace and
yes. Conversation
piece. They just changed it to a piece of us.
Piece of us. Yes.
But we were here last time from 11 at night till like 6 in the morning working on a song. And that song, because we created it in the night, I feel it's because we created it in the nighttime, came out like crazy.
I guess that goes for the photography. I mean, I'm shooting everything at night and that's where I'm feeling creative. And then it's like in the morning I can really hone in and focus, and it's still creative editing, but it is a bit technical, and I can just focus and get stuff out and then tweak it later. And make it.
Because something about that time zone, right? I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It is like some type of energy that gets created and you get into it and you're able to receive it and, do something with it.
Exactly.
And what's crazy is that photography, you're just literally catching light.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all just catching light, really. Like
right? Like all you're doing is like catching photons into a thing. You pick that one moment in time and it gets imprinted. And now you're like,
it's beautiful.
That's so crazy.
It is crazy. And I did lighting for film in college, and like I just feel like I'm still doing lighting in a way. Like I'm still doing some sort of lighting.
Oh yeah, I did see that you did do like music videos too, right?
I did. That's like kind of, I guess that's how this kind of led into music photography. I wanted to do music videos like later on in college, and I did like a few. I did one of Grace's videos. I was a key grip. So I mostly did just equipment.
That rabbit one?
Yep, rabbit.
Oh man.
Rabbit too.
I told her that.
It looked amazing. Emily Polark.
Everything about it was just, I told the way, the style of the shooting. That's what I was telling you.
It was so beautiful. It was so beautiful.
Like, man, you guys got to go check it out.
Yeah, go check it out. Her name
so
Grace.
you were part of it as like
I was an equipment like lighting person, so I wasn't really handling creative direction at all. But I would add advice here and there if someone needed it. But it was mostly Emily Polark was the director of photography, and then Micah Castle was the gaffer. So Micah and Emily would more work together to figure out the lighting and what they wanted creatively. And then I would just be the person that would help execute it.
And the other video too, there was another one.
I don't believe there was two. There was one, I'm trying to think. I think I partook in The Rabbit, like the one music video. I'll have to double check though. All my projects are running together. But yeah, that's what I did. I did lighting and like more like equipment grip work for film. And then I just...
As in film, are you planning to do stuff like that as well?
Not particularly. I'm still on a couple projects upcoming, like student. I went to Columbia College Chicago. That's where I did film. And I met a bunch of people through there, and they still ask periodically, like, hey, can you like help out on my like student thesis or something? And I'll jump on. So I'm on one pretty soon, actually, in a week or two. But I don't really do much film anymore, like on film sets. I think I found music videos, and then I found the music industry to be a lot more my style. And then that's why I kind of hopped into this, because it was like...
What are like your favorite music genres?
I'm a big rock girl, rock pop, punk rock, modern rock, anything. I like some of my favorite bands of all time, Pierce the Veil. So punk rock side, modern rock, Inhaler.
Hence the drumming, huh?
Yeah. I do love a good drummer. Drumming is awesome. Yeah, I really, really into that genre. But I'm kind of all over the place. Like, I do really like Dominic Fike, so kind of that more alt path. And sometimes I like just like pop. Like I like a good Billie Eilish song sometimes. And
nice.
Like, you know, it kind of varies. I switch with the seasons. I've been listening to a lot of like acoustic stuff lately now that it's fall. So, you know.
It's like the right weather for it too, right?
It depends on the season. But lately, like punk rock and like just more heavy stuff, like more rock. I just got into Turnstile. Yeah, that was fun, because I think they just actually came to Chicago too, really? and had a great concert. So
did you do any photography out there?
No, I wish. I know a few people I think that did some for it, but it was a huge gig. It was at, I think, the Huntington Bank Pavilion again, but I'm not positive on that one. But it was huge.
Have you also done darkroom stuff with like?
With film
and things?
I have not
done the picture thing.
No, I wish. I didn't do it in high school, and I think I did like art classes instead. I was actually more of a painter in high school, and I did illustration in college too. That was my original like career path, was to go that route, which it still could be. I still do it freelance a little bit. I've done some
illustration,
art.
You said? So what, like you draw stuff or?
Yeah, I've done like album art, like digital art.
Nice.
I'll like paint, or I'll do digital art for
that's dope.
People. I've made a couple of album covers for my brother. He's a musician. He stayed in Nashville for a while. He's in New York now. But yeah, I did a couple for him, and then I did something for a Memphis artist, because I'm from Memphis.
Okay.
Yeah,
let's get into that.
Music pipeline.
When did you get here then?
There's a Memphis to Chicago pipeline. It is like something, I don't know what. There's a bunch of Memphis people here. Yeah, I just found Columbia out of like a college fair, and that's how I ended up coming here. But I already kind of I already toured SAIC, because I wanted to do painting for my degree originally, and that was a big school for it. But it was a little too pricey, and it was a little out of my range, and I think I wanted to do a different degree instead, so I went a different path. But
wow, that's good. Yeah. I didn't even know that you came from Memphis or anything.
Music City.
How different is it out there? Because out there is more like a music scene, right?
I would honestly, it's there. I don't know the music scene as well in Memphis. Like, I know like the old music scene, like with Elvis and all that, and like jazz, blues, but I don't know the current, like how people, our age are getting, or what it's like for them, like band wise. I do know some bands now, because I have a friend that I met from high school that does photography there now and is doing like, they just started a new festival, I think, in Memphis called Mempho. I'm pretty sure that's new. It's called Mempho. And they had like, if this is the right one I'm thinking of, they had Benson Boone play, and they had like a few other big artists come. So, you know, I think they're trying to build it up there currently. But I have found a way bigger scene in Chicago, I would say. It's just bigger in general.
Yeah, I guess for someone like photographers, this will be the place to, especially if you're trying to do music, just music bands and things like that. That's a good place to be in.
Yeah.
Have you traveled elsewhere to do?
Not yet. That's something I want to like introduce. It would be like probably me just reaching out to bands, and probably Nashville or Memphis. That would be the most plausible, and doing stuff there. But I think
I want to go to Nashville at some point.
Yeah. It's good for the music scene. I know they have a lot of like young artists come out of there.
A lot of writers and musicians.
It's big.
It's like a big.
It's really cool. There's a lot of people moving there now. It's growing a whole lot, but it's definitely changed a lot, I think. But I actually debated moving there for a little bit. I'm still debating, still up in the air, you know, never know. But it's definitely somewhere where like a lot of people like get discovered or they build their career music-wise.
Well, what are the biggest venues you've done so far?
The biggest was the Huntington Bank Pavilion. That was for Peach Pit and Briston Maroney. That one was scary. I had barely done photography. It was like May, maybe. I'd done it for like a month, and I just got this photo pass. Right? And I was like, I was so scared. But I got a photo pass, and I ended up renting a lens. That's something
you could do that?
Mm-hmm. You can do that.
Is it like you got to pay a big amount for the insurance?
I actually didn't have to pay too much. It was under 100, I'm pretty sure, for just the night. Like it was maybe like 80 for just a night with this big zoom lens. And I think it was like a 200 millimeter lens. Like it was pretty hefty. It was really heavy. So I was carrying that around the whole night, but trying not to break it. And yeah, it was, I rented it from like 1104, which is like a Columbia, it's an equipment company that a Columbia student like that came out of school made, I believe. It's named after one of the buildings, the film buildings there. So it's more like a film equipment company, but you can rent camera lenses. So I mean, I'm going to continue doing that there.
It's better than having to not have the lens.
True. Yeah.
And if you don't have, the right amount to buy one, because like we spoke earlier, those are expensive.
They're expensive. They're expensive.
Just the lenses that I was trying to get for this, is the same thing. So I've waited on getting it because, again,
it's a lot.
And with you doing this professionally, would you say that you're going to make it into a company, or are you planning to just do it on your solo?
That's a goal of mine. I would like to work for a publication. That's kind of also a dream, but I think any route has been fulfilling so far. Like I've been pretty fulfilled doing it just freelance, but I would like consistent work with it because it can kind of be like give or take. Sometimes I have a bunch of gigs one month and then not many the next. I actually did 4 gigs once in a weekend.
Whoa.
And that was crazy.
How did you do that?
I don't even know.
Was it like at least close to each other?
I did a Friday night gig. I did one on Saturday night, but I had been asked last minute to do video for a different gig.
Whoa.
And so I basically shot the artist I needed to for that Saturday night. And that show was pretty early in the night. And then the second one that I got asked last minute for was like at like 10 or 11 p.m. Damn. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll just hop. Damn. And then the next day, it was Sunday night, I did a gig too. And so I was like, I had a lot of photos to edit. I think
I was about to ask about that. Like, whoa, that's a lot of editing.
I had so much to edit. But it was fun. I did it.
But that's why you're there, right? Yeah. That's something that's the thing about life. If you do the stuff that you really want, it's not even work.
Yeah,
you just
it's not really fun. Work.
You feel good. You're drinking your coffee. You zoned in, and you're even your soul feels better.
Yeah.
Your soul, your body, you yourself. It's just when you do that, right? But when you're put into a job that you don't really want to do,
yeah,
it drains you for some reason.
Yeah, I know. I get that. I feel like that's been the best part about it is I do it and it's like something that feeds me, but it's not taking any energy. Like it's like it's just been so fun.
Like, I like how you said that.
It feeds me. It's not taking anything from me.
Yeah, because that's really what you're trying to do. Because again, it's so crazy because you're like, I just did it for a month, and next thing you know, I'm at this spot doing a big old show.
I'm like, how did I get here?
And that's the weird thing about life too, because when you put forth that energy and that action, somehow, some way,
it works out.
It works out, and it brings you those people that you need to meet.
Exactly.
But if you do not, if you just wish it and like, I wish I was a photographer doing this and that, but you don't really put any action into it.
It's just not. You just gotta jump for it. Like, I ended up just like seeing a bunch of videos. I think I was doom scrolling one day on TikTok or something, and it was just like, why are you waiting on doing this thing? The time is passing anyways. Just go for it.
Yeah.
And so it was like, yeah, you're right. I had come out of college. I got a restaurant job. And I'm still serving for like most of my financial support, but but I was only doing that for a while with a few freelance art commissions here and there, but it wasn't enough. I wasn't doing enough creatively to like fulfill me. And I was trying to do like a 9-to-5 design job for a while, but the job market here it's rough. It's not the greatest. So it was like, like, shoot, well, what can I do that will be consistent and I can find a community and fill my creative spirit. And that was it. That was the answer, I guess. And now I'm here, and it doesn't matter like who I'm shooting or like, it really doesn't, or where I'm at. Like I like it every time. Like I love it.
And that's the thing, that's why I like meeting like people like you, because that energy that, you have this energy about you that you're like, hey, I really like doing this stuff and this is what I really want to do. And you put yourself in a position where you're actually doing something, and meeting people like that is always like, yeah, man, it feels good.
Thank you.
It just feels good. I mean,
same for you. Like you're doing the same. You're just jumping in.
You're
meeting everyone you can.
Yeah, and that's the one thing. So we're gonna check a few of these pictures that you sent me, and then you could at least tell us a little bit of how you got these done.
Of course.
Let me see. Look, we already set this up. Here we go.
So this,
Oops. My fault. All right.
So this was Peach Pit. This, I actually have been wanting to go back and re-edit these photos because I feel like I've gained a lot more like experience with how I like my photos to look. So maybe new photos coming out with that one. But this is Peach Pit.
Is this like a red filter that you had, or
no? This was actually just the lighting there, I think.
Oh, okay.
And so this was a show where the lighting changed a lot since it was pretty big.
Yeah.
So this was from the Huntington Bank Pavilion in Northerly Island, and at this point, I think I was in the photo pit for this shot, and like for big venues, like maybe like 200 people plus. So this venue, I think, was probably like a few thousand.
Whoa.
Maybe.
Whoa.
I actually am not good at gauging that, but that's my gauge.
That's so dope.
So they had like a ton of photographers for this one. And it was like people that worked for like
a lot of... a dope experience.
It was so scary. I was going to this like after only a month of doing photography and I was like, what am I doing? How did I get here?
Ooh, I like this one.
But yeah, this is with a zoom lens. So first 3 songs of these venues, you're allowed to be in the photo pit, but then after that, for distraction for the so you're not distracting the audience in the barricade, they don't have you be in the pit for the rest of the show. But I had my zoom lens that I rented and I took that with that. And I had a filter.
The little lasers on the back.
Yeah. That was pretty fun with these shows. They have like the really big lights. And I had a filter on the lens for this one. It was like a star filter, like a North Star filter, I think. So it kind of added like a gleam to a lot of the light reflections. Yeah. And that's what I really liked when I first started shooting. I really liked light. Like this was
the coloring. Yeah. Did you edit this out?
I think I edited the coloring a tiny bit, like maybe just change the blue hue, but yeah. This was also zoom lens.
I like this.
Thank you.
This looks like an album cover, actually.
I did like this one. I think I posted this one.
It looks like the bluish is like sort of like falling off of him.
Yeah. I really liked that one. This one was like the very end of the show. And I think I want to go back and re-edit this one, but I really liked this set. But it was also tough. I found it hard to shoot through fog. That is something that is tough for big shows. So this is the first show I ever did. This was a year ago. This is Steeplechase Band. And so the guitarist on the very right with the blue guitar.
Yeah.
They gave me their camera. So this is with their own camera.
You said this was a special lens?
This was a fisheye lens. Yeah. And I think that's all I used for this whole gig. So I was trying to get lots of crowd pictures. So this was a Dollhouse Productions. I ended up shooting another Dollhouse show, and that one was pretty successful, I think.
Oh, wait, what happened?
And then this is from the recent one. So this is same place, Emerald City, a year later with Steeplechase. This was from last weekend. It was from October 11th.
There's so much action in this one.
I
guess it's the black and white that allows you to see.
The crowd pictures, I always do black and white. I think it works so well.
Dope for some reason.
Mm-hmm. And it also usually the colorful lights aren't like palpable on the crowd, so it just looks better to do black and white to me. But this was same band a year later. This was. Yeah, it was like flopped. It was like Emerald City Cafe, but different perspective. I really liked how these came out. So I used a flash for the whole thing. And I was like, I usually ask bands, I'm like, hey, is it cool if I blind you for the whole show? And they're like, yeah. And actually they encourage it. Frankie was like, yes, please. Like, just blast us. Yeah. And then I also the show I really liked because I was able to get the drummer, Pearl. And that's something I try to do with every show is I try to make sure to get every single member, especially the drummer, because the drummers are always like in the back and they're not lit very well. And I find a way to do it.
Was this better black and white and because of the lighting or?
I think yes. I think I like when it's a more serious expression to be black and white. Just I guess it just makes it a little more serious. But I do have a few other photos of this drummer with colorful editing. So it was more like variation, and it also looked a bit more vintage, I think too. And I liked that. Like I think the grain popped out in that specific photo. But yeah, that was just a few.
Is this the same one? Or?
Yeah, this is the peach bit. This is back to this beginning. I have a few more though. I can pull up.
This is the...
Oh, this was a little video.
Oh, the little video.
Yeah.
Is this stop motion or?
I just took a bunch of photos in this one moment where like Sierra, the singer, goes at the end of every one of their shows, she hits the drums with drumsticks.
It looks dope.
And I just like...
You just took a bunch of them and just put them together?
Yeah, I didn't plan to do that when I did the shoot, but I just saw how I really wanted to show that action, but the photos weren't really just on their own giving the action of the hitting the drums. And I just had to throw them together like that.
Let me see if this works.
Oh yeah, the Google photo.
So I know they'll probably work on this.
So that was another one from the first show I did with the fisheye lens. Yeah. And I think...
I like this one because you got the whole room almost.
Yeah. Everyone's all happy. Yeah, that was the same.
That was the
same one.
That's the same.
This was... Okay, so this was Sarah and the Sundays. And this was really funny because my name's Sarah and this was on a Sunday.
The way you put the microphone in the middle... Did you intend that, or?
I think my intention was just to get all the like band to kind of have like be more on the right composition wise, and it kind of like everything's like sloping down.
Oh, yeah.
But it does work out with the mic. It just worked out.
Well. Yeah, because it puts it right there in front, and it's like a little space between them, and the space between them is like the middle.
Yeah,
that looks so dope with the lighting too.
This was one show where I was like really nervous for.
How many people were there?
Probably like 100 to 200. This was maybe at 150. This was at the Bottom Lounge in West Town, and they do have a little photo pit. Like they do have the whole rule, like the 3-song rule, where you do 3 songs in the beginning, and then you're not allowed in the photo pit to take photos.
Whoa!
But
I didn't know they.
Yeah, it's like so that the audience doesn't get too distracted. I didn't really know that at this time though. I thought it was just a venue rule, and I also didn't know that rule very well. They told me, but I was like, "What do they mean?" And there was another photographer there that I met that like we were like we were kind of like a duo, and then we both ended up just staying in the pit, and they didn't do anything about it. So we shot the whole show in the pit.
That's another thing you just told me. I didn't know they had that. Oh, wow.
So this one, same band, Sarah and the Sundays. I just messaged them on Instagram. I don't know any of them. I think because my name's Sarah, maybe they saw my DM and they were like, they had to see it. But I just asked to do the show like 2 weeks before maybe. Yeah, and then they said, here's the tour manager's email. And then the tour manager didn't send me a media pass until 2 hours before the show. I thought I wasn't going. And then he sent me an email really last minute and said, dope. Hey, do you have a media pass at the gig if you want? And I was like, oh, and I just like got all my shit together.
That's
like,
so dope that you're just getting passes and you get to see the whole show.
Yeah, it was and one of my best friends, like, from really like childhood. And this is like one of her favorite bands ever. So that was like, I was like, this is fantastic. And I sent her a bunch of videos.
It's gotta be so
I do like their music
really
too.
Close right there.
Yeah, this was like in front. There's like barricade, and then this was like right in front of the stage. There's a little like sliver for photographers or whatnot.
Oh, see, this one is dope as hell. What kind of lens were you using here?
I was using my current one, which is a 50 millimeter, and I have a filter on it that makes everything look misty. It's a Pro Mist filter.
That looks dope right there too. I'm telling you, these are all like covers too.
Thank you. This lighting at this show, it was so amazing that I didn't really have to do a lot of editing from what I thought. I think now I would edit them maybe a bit differently, but I still love the way they turned out. And this is the style I had at the time. It was very saturated and like misty and whimsical looking. And this was fun.
This is dope.
I was like, I know it's like way overexposed. It's just like blasting you in the face, but I thought it was cool.
It looks really cool though. I like it.
It came out cool.
Did you do a lot of editing to this one? Or?
This one, maybe. I probably upped the contrast a good bit to worked with the shadows to make the lines like really like distinct.
Yeah, that's something I have problems
looks like
with.
I put some grain on it too, I think.
Just to make that definition right here.
Yeah. And like on the left side, I see like a lot of grain in the mist, maybe. But yeah, I did love this show. Nice. This was like one of my favorite experiences. And then this one was the one they reposted my post that I did. I did like a carousel, and this was the photo they chose to repost. Whoa. Just kind of, this is cool.
So this is pretty much on their page.
Yeah, this is the guitarist of that gig.
It's like a lot of action in this.
This is a very, very also overexposed and just like fun. I really liked the lighting for this one.
That's so crazy the way they had it, right? And then you happened to be at the nice angle of it.
Yeah.
Because you could have been behind them somewhere.
Mm-hmm. This was the pit.
Ooh.
I didn't do a lot of black and white for this show because it was just so fun and colorful. But this was a good one.
If I was the band, I would put it as my profile.
This is actually on my website. This is like my music photography like cover on like my little if you like click music photography or whatever, this is what will pop up as like the top cover of it.
I like this one a lot.
This is one of my favorites for sure. And yeah, they were a fun band. I mean, they were like moving a lot, and I did get a few pictures of the pianist. He was actually the one playing, I think, the bass at some point in the show. But yeah, this was super fun. And I was saying earlier, like this was on a Sunday too. So it was Sarah and the Sundays, and I introduced myself. So like they had a photographer already like on tour with them, and he was like, he introduced himself, and I said, "Hi, my name's Sarah," and he was like, "That is so weird." He was like, "That is sick. You're in." I was like, "Thank you."
That's amazing.
This might have been like the second show I did ever this year, maybe. Oh, this is the one I put this as the cover of.
I like this.
It kind of.
The light is on top of his head.
This one reminded me of like, is it the Blue Guitarist painting by, is it Picasso? Yeah. That's what this reminded me of, which is why I really liked this.
I forget what it's called.
It was like the Blue Guitarist that's like holding, and it's like very. But it definitely reminded me of that.
It's the same. That's art, you know?
Yeah.
Like I said, the way you chose that moment in time where he happened to have his head right at the light like that. That's so amazing.
It's like a halo.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, this was in my era. Oh, this is Briston Maroney. This is from the Huntington Bank Pavilion show. They were the double headliner for Peach Pit. This set was specifically really hard because there was so much fog, and that I had never encountered fog like that at a show, and it was all coming out at the bottom where the pit was. So it was like shooting through that. It like my camera didn't like it. Did not like it.
Can we move something?
This one I didn't really get a ton of shots from because of that. And I didn't know how to shoot through it yet.
What is he holding?
A chicken. A rotisserie chicken. There's some song. I think he mentions a rotisserie chicken. And then I had another picture. I didn't send it, but it's of like the crowd holding the chicken too. This is actually the guitarist that I got the photo pass through. It was
okay.
A connection of mine. And yeah, he was like, here. I was like, hey, can I get a photo pass for, this tour in Chicago? And he said, sure, dude. And said, you're in. We got you. It was like super easy.
That's so dope.
So this is another photo from Steeplechase, the show this past weekend. I think it found itself at the end of it. But this was, I really like when guitarists like lean down and like are fiddling with stuff. I don't know why. It looks so cool to me because I really like all the equipment that's everywhere. And like, this is the opportunity that like, I
like the show is about to start.
Yeah. Yeah. I just like seeing all the wires and everything. And like, That's the best way to get it. But, and then there's Pearl again.
Yeah. So we see
back at the drummer, and I think we're back towards the start.
Yeah. But that's so dope.
So I think in terms of like my Sarah and the Sunday shoot, that was all saturated, whimsical, lots of misty light. And I think now I kind of go for more like heavy flash or like just high contrast work. Like more two-tone stuff. So I don't like love as much like really vibrant color. I like to kind of like up those shadows and then make the highlights like one color and then the midtones one and then like the shadows are shadows.
And that's the crazy thing too, right? Because that's pretty much your style now. Mm-hmm. You're creating your style and you're creating like the way your eye sees things.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it dope. That's what makes it, you know, like art lives through everyone. Mm-hmm. I believe that every human has the ability to create art. Exactly. It's just being able to find it. Mm-hmm. You know, being able to be like, this is what I see. This is the beauty I see in this.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. It's like everyone's, that's like the same thing I was saying about seeing all the photographers like swarm when like the artist comes a little closer, or like is like leaning over the stage doing something crazy, and like everyone's like swarming to get their shot, as they all come out differently and they all edit them differently. Some don't really mess with the color. Some do like a bunch of filters, or even when they post it on Instagram, I see people do a bunch of editing where they like put pictures over each other, or they'll draw on their photos. Like, I think that's super cool. And like, I like seeing how everyone else just like does their stuff. I think it's so sick. I've gotten to a point where with mine, I'm trying to do like the stop motion videos sort of. And then I like to half my photos to where like when you're swiping on Instagram, like you see one bit of the photo and then it slides to the next. And that's like pretty much the most I'll do, but I'm trying to branch out.
I did a whole stop motion music video.
Whoa.
It took me weeks.
Whoa.
It might have took me like 2 months.
That's crazy. Wait, what was it like live action? Or like, was it like with people, or was it like claymation?
It was me animating something.
Wow.
It was for a music video because I was supposed to do it with the artist, but the artist couldn't do it. So I was like, man, how am I going to do this? So I'm like, I just do stop motion.
Just do it. You got it.
Yeah, that's what I said to myself. but I did not know what I was getting myself into.
It's hard.
It's so
Oh my gosh. I've never done it to that degree.
I wanted to quit so bad.
But once you start, like if you're halfway through, you just can't stop.
I mean, once I started seeing the actual motion, like, you know, because you could go through on the camera, you could go pretty fast on the photos. Yeah. So you could kind of get the motion going.
True.
And see it. So I was like, that's it's actually working. Yeah. So I was like, I'm going to keep going. But it just took me so long to do.
Do you know, like, the iCarly? Did you ever watch iCarly ever?
No, I mean, I've seen commercials for it, but not.
There was an episode where, like, Spencer, the big brother, does stop motion. And he spends, like, ages on it. And he's so precise. And he's, like, actually, like he's, like, dying inside. Like, he's, like, it's awful. And then someone, like, comes in and moves his pieces, and they like totally like screw up the whole thing, and he has to restart from the beginning, and like it's awful. Like, you can see the pain in his eyes. I just imagine that's
how it was for me. I was shooting it out there, and I had signs: "Do not move anything."
Yeah.
And me forgetting my own rule, I moved the light.
No.
I forgot because I was doing something. I was cleaning. I forgot what it was. I just moved the light. And when I came back, I was like, where did I have the light? So now, then I put stickers and whatnot. I mean, tape. But either way, I was like, the lighting, you could see it on the video. I guess I could show you afterwards.
Yeah.
But you could see it in the video, the lighting changes.
Oh, no.
But it's a grueling thing.
I mean, I guess if like, I feel like that's something that people wouldn't really notice if it's their like first few times around. They're just focused on the action, so they wouldn't totally like notice it. Same. Yeah. I mean, we learned that in like film. Like, that was always like continuity stuff in film. It's like, that's okay. Like,
because you
can work with it.
When you doing it, you're just doing random pictures, or that's what you're going for when you're taking the picture?
When I was doing that shoot for that like stop motion look, I actually didn't. I wasn't trying to do that. I just took a bunch of photos, but when I looked back at them, I was like, oh, like you can't really tell with each photo here. You can't really tell that Sierra's hitting the drums, and I just want it to look. I just want to like show that she is. And that's also something that there was a photographer actually that is, I think his name's Harry, but I don't know his full Instagram name, but he did a bunch of work here in Chicago. And I think he like does a lot more professionally now and like is off like touring with people. But he did a really cool like Dominic Fike video where it was like a full one action of Dominic Fike at Lollapalooza one year. And like he just like it looked so sick, and it was like photos, but he just threw it into a video, and it looked like stop motion.
Okay.
And I think I was thinking of that when I was thinking, oh, how can I like show that? How can I like emphasize that she's hitting the drums?
Yeah.
Make it look like stop motion. That was always something I wanted to do, like in photography. So I think my next show, which is tonight, actually.
Oh, really?
I'm doing a metal punk show.
Oh, nice.
And I definitely will try to do like I'll like up my shutter speed like a ton and try to get try to get something there.
I think that looks dope as hell. The way you did that video. How long would you say you would do the next one?
I probably would do it about the same. I wouldn't want it to be too long. Like I don't want it to be like a whole video, like maybe like 4 seconds max. I still want it to be something that you like a photo you might look at for like a little bit, but then you would swipe, but not like a full video. I mean, maybe sometime in the future I'll do something like that. But for just like my work now, I would just want it to be pretty short, and be like, whoa, that's kind of sick.
It takes a lot of pictures to do just 30 seconds.
Yeah. And I guess like the photos, like they work well on their own. Like those photos for the video, like they worked well, like anyways, but it was just like I just really wanted that action. But I think tonight I'm going to attempt to get like crowd action stop motion without disrupting the crowd too much, because flash can be kind of rough, like at the crowd. What kind of
lens are you going to use?
I'm going to use I want to say it's a 25 to 75 millimeter, I think.
Okay, now I just remember something. So that 1.8 is only for the 50 millimeter, is it?
Yeah, so my lens, my 50 millimeter that I can use that in low light. Like I can use it without flash because.
But is that the only lens that you could use for that, or is there other lenses that
I have
shoot in the night light?
No, that's my only one right now. I'm trying to save up for another one that I can do zoom.
Do they have other ones?
There are other lenses I've been looking at. I've been looking at 35 millimeter lenses that are with an f-stop of 1.8 because I want something like wider that can capture like more people, but it's faster, so I don't need to use flash. And so my zoom lens I have, which came with my camera, I bought it off like B&H used, but like it was basically new. And it came with it. I think it might be more of a 35 to 100 millimeter actually, or it's 35 to 105 millimeter. That's it. And that one f-stop of 4, so it's not as good as my other one, like for motion, which is why I use the flash. But that one, I have learned that the flash with like keeping it all the way zoomed out to 35 millimeter, I mean, it's still pretty fun. I hate blinding people at shows.
Well, the reason why I'm asking is because when shooting video, I'm trying to get a good lens. So I don't know if there's something else other than the 50 that could go 1.8.
I think a 35 millimeter, if you're it depends on what you're trying to shoot. If you shoot small shows, like in my instance, if I'm shooting small shows, 35 millimeter is actually a little bit better because you can just get more people in it and you're.
Let me press the button.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the 35 millimeter.
Yeah. So like that's like ideal. The 50 millimeter was great for like the Sarah and the Sunday show, where it was like a small venue, but had like it was like 100 to 200 people. Yeah. Yeah, it just depends on what you're trying to shoot. If I would say for like music videos, if you're trying to do that, probably like something that has zoom so you can work with it. You're not just like stuck to it.
Yeah, that's the problem with the 50 millimeter, right? That you can't do too much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's where you're at. It's really 50 millimeter is great for portraits. I found like I've had a lot of good portrait photos like at my gigs when I can get close enough to the artists.
Yeah.
And then those come out like amazing.
But they do come out like really clear for me.
Yeah.
Something about that 50 millimeter when I have it at the right, 1 point whatever. When you're getting that video, because I only do videos, I don't really do pictures, but it comes out cleaner and clearer.
It does.
For some reason.
Something about, I think 50 millimeter is a good, like, just a solid lens to have.
Yeah.
It does. And it's, if you're getting closer to the artist, like in music videos, it's great for that.
Yeah, because this camera for the 50 millimeter is pretty expensive.
Yeah. I can see that. I think mine, I don't even know. I bought mine used off of B&H too, the 50 millimeter.
What kind of camera do you use?
I have a Canon EOS RP, which that was a whole like thing. Like I think I waited a little while too with photography. Like I had the money saved, but I just was like, this is a huge splurge and I have to like really like do some research on what I want to buy. And so far it's been great. I haven't had really any complaints. I want something a bit nicer in the future, like trying to upgrade at some point, but I think I need new lenses first and then I'll do an upgrade. But it's been good. It's like it's a mirrorless, so that's good.
Yeah, something about Canons too.
Yeah, Canons just like are universal.
More intuitive in my opinion, because when I was buying one, there was Sony's, the Canon, there was the Nokia, no, not Nokia, what is it?
Nikon?
Yeah, Nikon, but all of them look really complicated to me.
Yeah, so Canon, you found like the best.
Yeah.
Between those.
I have another one that I don't use because the battery doesn't last as long for video, but for photography it's pretty good. Okay,
sweet. Yeah. Sweet. That's something I had to splurge on too, was extra batteries. I totally like.
Do not get the Amazon ones.
Really?
I have some right here, Amazon, and I was doing a podcast and it went off like in 25 minutes.
Oh my God.
It was fully charged.
Damn.
Yeah, so I need to buy.
Maybe nice
you'll
ones.
Get lucky. Maybe you
get
lucky.
Well, I did get 2 Amazon ones, I think. They've been okay so far. I haven't had much problem with them, but
photography, it doesn't waste as much.
Yeah, it's definitely not as much as video. You definitely I could see how it would like drain it like so fast.
Yeah, no, I was like, these are brand new. I just fully charged them, ready to do the show. And we're doing something and 20-25 minutes in, it just turns out.
That's so lame. So lame. I went, when I did my Sarah and the Sunday show, I went with just the one battery I had.
Oh, wow.
And I was able to do the entire thing with just the one Canon battery.
Whoa.
And I shot the first band too before them. And I was able to do the whole thing, but I didn't quite realize that I could get extra batteries. Like I was still figuring things out, and I was like, oh, like that's something I can do.
With
and I should do.
Did you have a place where to put all your equipment, or you had to take it with you everywhere?
We actually could, like at a venue like that, you were able to go in the green room. I didn't really know that, so I didn't go back there at all.
Oh, wow. Imagine you would have got so many cool pics too.
I know. I was like, if I'd gone back there, I could have asked them to take some pictures.
Yeah.
But I didn't, and I didn't know. I still at this point like sometimes feel weird going to the green room. Like I just feel like it's like not. I'm like, whoa, I'm not the band, so I shouldn't be here. But like, it depends on who it is. If I know them, I will. But if it's like a random band I don't know, I'm like, I feel like I shouldn't be here. But yeah, I didn't know that until I met the other photographer that was there that also did the same thing I did. Just messaged him on Instagram, got a photo pass, and he like walked there immediately, like back there. And I was like, what? This is like,
he's like, hey, I'm gonna take my chance.
I was like, this is a new land. And my camera was dead or my battery was dead at that point. So, and they were done with the show. They were having to pack up. So there was no way I could take any like band photos of them. But I know that for the future now. If I can just go back there if I need to and put my stuff down. I did an event,
and I was there to shoot video and perform. But I was like, where do people go and put their equipment?
Yeah.
And I had to find a DJ, and I asked him, like, can I leave my stuff here? He was like, yeah, go ahead, whatever. But
hell yeah.
As a photographer, you gotta watch out for your equipment.
Yeah, I get scared about it. I have I don't have a backpack yet for my stuff. I want to get one at some point, but I have just like a side bag. It's just like a boxy thing, and it holds everything I need. And yeah, I keep it on me like the whole time. Like I don't take it off my shoulder. I did I'll leave it depending on the group I'm with, like the Emerald City shows or like a steeplechase. I'm a little looser about my equipment, but like it's just like friends and stuff. So I'm like, it's fine.
With today's show, do you already have extra batteries? Or
yeah, I do now. I
learned.
I really wanted. I think I bought them for the Peach Pit concert because I knew that was going to go for a really long time. And I think there were two openers, and like, well, there was one opener and then the double headline. And since it was a double headline, it was going to be like so long. So I definitely got batteries for that one. And also like I keep extra batteries for my flash too. Cause like my flash is like,
they take their own batteries.
Mm-hmm. My flash is like separate that I had to purchase on its own. And it just like hook it on there. And
that's another thing too, that, you know, if you don't know about photography, you don't know that the flash is also so important for the person who's taking the picture. Because I went to this wedding once, and they had these things where they're connected to the camera, and then they had this other little one out here.
Yeah, those like little ones that they like pop.
And then they pop, and they're like, oh, whoa, that's so crazy.
That's crazy. I don't. That's not something I've ever thought about. Weddings are something I want to do at some point. That's something that's kind of fun. A side quest I want to try out.
Have you tried reaching out to some people? Or no?
I did. A lot of I've tried reaching out to companies more so because I don't know many people that are getting wed right now that like I would be a photographer for. But so I reached out to a few companies, and they all are like, you need 2 weddings for like of experience to like even like do anything. And I'll be like, can I volunteer instead? Like I'll do it for free. I'll apprentice, whatever. And they're like, sorry, no.
Whoa.
It's kind of prestigious out there with the wedding event photography companies. But I'm gonna try to like just find someone that maybe someone else is photographing in a wedding, and I can just like follow them around.
Yeah.
But I was like, I've done so many concerts, and like that's
you're right. Like, hey, check out my work.
I was like, I got all that. Can it transfer a little bit? Like, I can take action shots. Is that possible? But yeah.
I mean, you should just have your work on an iPad or something, and when you come up to people, hey, check it out. Just show them.
That's business cards or something I need to get into. I had a business card from like 2 years ago, but it's outdated and.
I just got some, and I started passing them out, and then somebody's like, you should get the new thing that you could just put it to their phone. And this
what? And like, spent all that money.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, I already got these. Why would I?
Yeah. Wow. What is that thing? What is the...
There's a new thing it has like I don't know what it is. Is it a magnet? I don't know. But you put it to someone's phone, and immediately your links pop up.
Oh, that's so sick.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've thought about it, but I was like, my next investment. You know, again, being an artist, you have to be dedicated because it's going to be grind. Like how you're like but you don't see it as grind because that's what you love doing, right? But you're like, I sit down, put my coffee, 5 hours, I'm into it, and I'm having fun.
And I love it. I love
right? But also being an artist, like the financial aspect.
Yeah, that's why, like, with serving, it's been nice because, like, server money is supporting me, like, and I can take off nights too to do shows. Like, my management's pretty okay with me doing that, and even last minute, like, they'll work around. They'll help me out. But yeah, like, so, like, back to, like, film stuff. When I was doing film, and film, like, school was a lot about, like, grinding and like you will spend many hours doing this, and it's like you have to be very, very dedicated to do film. Like, it is like people that do film that love it are incredibly dedicated, and they spend like 12-hour work days doing it for like weeks at a time. But you also have to grind a lot to get to a point of like making your name known to do that, like, as work. And I realized, like, I was like, I don't have the love for it. Like, I do other people here
for film,
for like film, like just like film sets, like like making movies. And then it's so just interesting, like, sitting here, like, I have way more drive to do like photography than I did film. And it's like, it did push me. I'm grateful for film because I met a lot of people, and it pushed me to where I am now, and realized that, like, I didn't have as much drive for that, but here I am. And I mean, a lot of my gigs I get now are through film people, like I knew through Columbia. A lot of them have bands too, so they like best of both worlds.
But it is right. It's like that dedication, that love for it, because even I believe that if you're willing to do something, even if you're not making money on it too much, but you still like, I want to do this for real, and eventually it'll come. Mm-hmm. That's when it shows that the person has so much love for it and dedication. And I could see that in you.
Thank you.
Like, it literally shows in you. Like, when you're speaking about it, you just like, you know.
Thank you.
But so again, thank you so much for being here. Mm-hmm. I really appreciate you like giving me a lot of good things that I've learned just from talking to you.
Oh my gosh, I feel like I've learned things too.
Like, you just gave me like a nice little lesson about a few things. And also showing us the pictures. That was pretty dope. Before every podcast, I do like a little freestyle.
Sweet.
You don't freestyle, right?
I don't. I've never really tried, so I can't knock it till I try it. But I'm down to experience it.
Oh, okay, cool. Then if you want to do a little bit of some freestyling, you could go first. I'll finish it off, and that's how we're gonna end the show. So I'm just gonna put some random beat. And here we go.
Okay. Yeah. My name's Sarah. I'm not good at freestyling, but catch me on Instagram at Sarah G. Moran, or my website at sarahgmoran.com. None of this rhymes, and that's okay.
Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. Here we go. Lights, camera, action. Let's go start the show. Before, let me set it up so I could take a photo. Take it right through the bright light, cause first of all, gotta capture it into the lens, then I saturate, then I gotta go and change. Let me put this thing again, hopefully you can see what I saw when I do these 3 pictures. That's how it be, let's go, I got Sarah, she came out here and showed, and she told us how she took all those photos, thank you for coming through, you gave us lessons like it was school. Here we go, P.O.T Podcast through, and thank y'all for tuning in, and that's how we do. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you.
That was fantastic. That was awesome.
You got anything to say?
Just follow your dreams. Just do what you want to do. If, like you're feeling stuck, just try something new. Hey,
there you go.
See, I kind of freestyled there. I should, man. Yeah, it's never too late to do anything. I'm only 23, so I'm still young, but sometimes it always feels a little too late to do stuff, and it's not. You got a whole life to live.
Hey,
take advantage of it.
Hey, those are wise words. Thank you so much for being here. Thank y'all for tuning in. And please, y'all, spread love. And most of all, love each other.